With the brother Sammy.
Hey, what's happening?
But Jess in the back.
Hello.
What are we in for today, Sammy?
Mate, the Let It Go journey. It's a big journey, this one. Good release in it. The journey itself is, it's probably one of my favourite ones. Last one, just invite any spirits, ancestors, anyone you feel you need, you want to be here with you.
Uncle Rob, wherever you are, you bastard, thank you so much. This shit is proper. Guys, welcome back to another vlog on the Tonksy Media Productions channel. It's been a minute. It has been one hell of a minute, and I have been literally to the trenches and back. I obviously gone through a rough breakup, and you know, haven't seen the kids for a little while, and just been battling some mental health, to say the least. You know, a bit of heartache, and be lying if I said I didn't hit rock bottom again and have a bit of a minor relapse, but I quickly cleaned myself up again, and you know, I'm back on the straight and narrow. So for that, you know, if you guys are followers of mine and follow me across the socials, you would have seen a bit of the heartache that I've been going through. But today I'm jumping on the 9D Breathwork mat with the incredible Sammy and Jess Jones, the unbreakable team. I'm doing the Let It Go journey. This is the journey that I did for my first time with Hope Cartel. And, you know, a few days after coming out of that journey, let's just say my life fell apart, and I'm only just starting to rebuild it again. So to say that I'm nervous is an understatement, but I know I'm in good hands. I know that, you know, these guys give you the aftercare and the, you know, checking in on you daily afterwards to make sure that you're doing all right, you know. I didn't get that last time with Hope Cartel, but stay tuned, guys. This is going to be a hell of a vlog. You're going to watch me breathe, you're going to watch me release, you're going to watch me bring up some freaking hardcore trauma, let's just say that. So stay tuned. Obviously, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow this journey, because I'm on one hell of a journey at the moment. It's only up from here. You know, when you hit rock bottom, there's only the one way, and that's up. So guys, we're on the way to the venue where we're doing this session with the brother Sammy.
Hey, what's happening?
But Jess in the back.
Hello.
I always get the front seat. But but now, what are we in for today, Sammy?
Mate, the Let It Go journey. It's a big journey, this one. Good release in it. The journey itself is, it's probably one of my favourite ones. You know, it's all about letting go of everything from the past that no longer serves us anymore.
Yeah, like the trauma, bringing the trauma up, hey?
Yeah, so you got all your traumatic energy that your body stores or the nervous system holds on to. Then you've got to suppressed emotions, suppressed feelings, just all that stuff, you know, that we take through life that makes us feeling like we're not worthy, we're not good enough. And
all the stories we tell ourselves and all the things that others have projected onto us. So yeah, the patterns and everything that play out in life. So this one's a good one because it really just gets to the core of it. Yeah, it's powerful.
God, let's go. Like I said at the start, guys, this was my first ever journey I did with Hope Cartel, and I just didn't get that aftercare afterwards, you know. 3 days later, my fucking life fell apart, and I'm only still trying to rebuild it. So I appreciate these guys, and like I said, to say that I'm nervous would be a fucking understatement, but let's see how we go. So we've just arrived at the venue, guys. Muay Thai Gym up here in, where are we? In Caboolture? Morayfield. In the Morayfield, Northside Brizzy. Let's go and get this shit done.
hey.
Hey.
Jess, put some muscle into it.
sage.
Jeez, it looks like something else, Jess.
I know. Sage.
Bit of sense there, Sammy.
The only sense I've got.
And I'm just trying to keep myself occupied because I fucking shit myself. Not in a scared way, but no, just nervous.
We can do a little, usually do like a little 5-minute down regulation before as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Hey?
Yeah. Thank you.
What are the tissues for, Sammy?
For me, mate, I'm just a blubbering mess, absolute blubbering mess. No, it's for when people have the emotional releases, it's when we're bringing all this stuff up, when we're activating the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system, a rush of emotions comes out.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's such a freeing, fulfilling feeling.
Yeah.
It's a feeling you can't describe until you jumped on the mat and tried it yourself.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm holding space this afternoon with these guys too, so I get to watch it from the outer perspective, and just like Sammy was talking about, I get to experience that side of it. So, what are you doing, Jess? What's this for?
Saging.
Yeah.
Saging all the spaces and the place. So sage is really good for drawing out the negative energy and making space for good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Awesome. Bit of a cleanse, guys, before we get into it, eh?
Who's nervous? Yeah.
Yes.
No, good.
Yep.
Nervous. We've got a couple of people here who've breathed before as well, you've breathed before as well.
Yeah.
But you guys are in safe hands. Look, before you get started, what I'll get everyone to do, just place your right hand on your tummy, left hand on your heart, and take a nice big deep breath in through our nose, and let it out slow out of the mouth. We'll do another one. And one more, and on this last one, just invite any spirits, ancestors, anyone you feel you need, you want to be here with you. Well, as I said, welcome everyone. It's glad everyone's here. We had a few cancellations last minute, that's all right. This journey that we're doing today, the let go journey, let it go journey, is one of my favourites. Everyone needs this. It's all about letting go of what we no longer need to hold on to. All that shit from our past, all that stuff that's troubling us. If it's not serving its purpose, we don't need it. We just got to get rid of it. 9D Breathwork's an amazing thing, it really is. It's my journey on towards 9D Breathwork was, I've lived a bit of a life. I went through a lot of complex trauma, PTSD growing up. When I was 11 years old, I found my brother taught me how to fight, and that taught me that violence keeps you safe. And took me down a very dark path. A lot of chaos. I found youth gangs, I found drugs, and they showed me that I could be happy. I didn't have to have these crazy thoughts going on up inside my head. And that, even more trouble with the police, and eventually I was a bikie for a long time. I was in and out of the adult jail system. As I said, I was just absolute pure chaos to be around. There was just always a problem going on. There was just always, the only emotions that I learned to show was anger. And the only time you ever see me show happiness was when I was on drugs. And when I started my healing journey, I got out of jail for the last time. It's done 3 years, and I left the club and got a job and thought I was doing the right thing, and in my eyes I was, because I wasn't getting in trouble with the police, but I was still full of anger, I was still full of ego, I was still full of chaos really. Everyone was walking on eggshells around me. I just wasn't pleasant to be around still, and I just didn't know why. I thought I'd done the work. I didn't realise why, when I was getting triggered, my heart's going faster, and all of a sudden my body temperature's going up, and this anger came out of me. And if I didn't do something then and there, if somebody looked at me the wrong way, then I'd just do head miles over it. And that's when I realised that trauma's not just stored in the mind, it's stored inside the nervous system as well. I started doing breathwork, and then I saw 9D breathwork, and it was the first time in my life I went to a journey and I walked out and I wasn't scared of myself. I wasn't scared of emotions, I wasn't scared of feelings, and I wasn't scared of the world. You know, and I kept doing more journeys, and it was just each time I just kept peeling layer after layer back. And it made me realise I'm still that sweet, sensitive, caring kid I was growing up, and I embrace that now. You know, I'm no longer ashamed of my emotions, my feelings. If I need to cry, I'll cry. You know, I couldn't care if there's 100 men in the room right now, I'd still cry if I needed to. You know, it's such a freeing feeling. It really is. That's when I decided to become a facilitator. You know, I did all the training and stuff like that and started holding space, and then I was lucky enough I could hold my family through space as well. You know, there was 2 awesome journeys that I did, and that was with my wife and with my mum. Being able to hold them through releasing the pain and trauma that I'd put them through was it was a feeling I can't even describe. I think I was crying more than they were, you know, but I'm just lucky and glad that I could do it, you know. I know, what was it like after I started holding space for you, baby?
Yeah, it makes me emotional. Yeah, I think before 9D was really, I'd spent most of my life escaping through drugs, alcohol, relationships, just escaping, suppressing, or dissociating. So I was pretty checked out and dissociated for a very, very long time, ever since I can remember, really. So for me, that got me into a lot of really traumatic situations, really just, I didn't respect myself, and I let other people and, drugs, substances, everything, I let that, numb that, or basically disrespected myself even more. So because of that, all that trauma, all that pain, and all the feelings that really I was just avoiding, I was just suppressing. So I spent years in therapy. I've spent, multiple rehabs, trying to find the answer, trying to figure it out, trying to be in my head and, logically put everything together. And it gave me a lot of awareness, and gave us both awareness. We could point out, where we're triggered. We could point out what the other person's doing. Like, we knew what was bothering us, but nothing would get resolved. The same fights would happen, the same patterns would keep happening. We just kept, it's like we take 2 steps forward and 10 steps back. Like, it was, So with the breath work, it was one of those times. It was like a really big crossroads. We were back in that place, and we'd just gotten married, and we were we were still triggered, we were still fighting, we were ready to separate because we loved each other that much, but we're just causing each other too much pain. So Sam found the breath work, and I was a little bit skeptical, so I let him go and try it. And you did. He went and tried it, and I immediately was like, well, what happened? What did you feel? What? And he had no words, and he just said, he's like, I just feel like peace. I just feel happy. And I was like, that's not possible. You'll just avoid it. You can't be, that's not possible. And, within days and weeks, I started to notice that and feel that for myself. And I was interested, I was intrigued. And then, he did more journeys. He started becoming a facilitator and doing the training because he was that passionate about it. And he put me through my first journey. And with that first journey, I wasn't really sure what had happened, but I felt, a week later I messaged them and I said, I don't have anxiety or social anxiety anymore. And I actually didn't realize how much that was affecting my life. I go to the gym, I go anywhere, and I'd sit in my car for half an hour, or, I'd just, work myself up to go anywhere. And then when I was there, I'd be, dissociate, walking quickly in and out, not, just still escaping that, avoiding. And so I realized that whole week I hadn't had that, and that was so freeing. I was walking around the shops and I was just cruising, and my head was quiet. So the thoughts in my head, I realized they weren't there. They were a lot quieter, and I didn't realize how noisy my head was as well. So that was my first experience. And then each journey that I keep doing just unlocks more. And I get emotional because what you were saying before, that second journey I did, it was letting go, and it was the stuff that came up was stuff I went into it thinking, this is what's going on, this is, I need to get to this trauma, this is what I'm suppressing,
ready to release that. And then the stuff that came up was stuff that I wasn't even aware of, but I wasn't caught looping. I wasn't stuck in the story. I just like remembered it and released it. And I didn't realize how much, I was holding on to. And there was a lot of stuff. There was a lot of forgiveness, and there was a lot of forgiveness, for others, but a lot of forgiveness for myself as well. And just from there, I think it just, everything that I'd learned, everything that I'd been doing and healing, everything just started to lock in place, but without having to live in my head anymore. So since, with the breath work, I'm really like learning to live in my body and stay in my body. And, we're not perfect, we're still healing, but I'm really noticing when I would want to dissociate or when...
perfect. Jesus, come on.
We're not. We're not perfect, like we're still healing, but it's that awareness. And I think breath work and being in your body, it gives you that awareness. And so that's what happens when you leave here is like you go out in the world, but you're not spending days and days completely dissociated and avoiding the pain. You'll bring yourself back, and you each time, and you realize like you feel more comfortable and at peace in your body, and everything and everyone starts to change around you, like our family, like our house, like our daughter, without even talking about, just knows that we're more regulated, and people pick up on that. I think when you spend so long avoiding your emotions, like we all just really want to feel, and we need to learn how to feel, because we don't get taught, and that's what this really helps with, and it's not so scary.
And not being ashamed of our feelings. It's as a Western society, or society in general, it's like women need to be quiet, men need to not cry, all this kind of stuff. It's all bullshit. But we can do what we want to do. We can do what we need to do, and we don't have to be ashamed about doing what we need to do or want to do. It's just about being, as Jess was saying, being at peace with who you are, being comfortable with that. Fuck what anyone else thinks. What anyone else thinks of us is none of our business. Honestly, it's not. We're our own worst enemies. We make it about ourselves. Look, it's I'll go over the breathing technique now. I'll go over it before we start as well. It's the breathing technique today is the 2-part breath, or euphoric breath still. So it's the one into your belly, it's all in and out through the mouth. So it's one into your chest, and then let it go. So belly, chest, release. So try and have no break at the top and at the bottom, so it's just that continuous breathing. Just keep the flow going. At the start of the journey, don't worry about going too fast, too quick. Just get into the nice rhythm. You don't want to gas yourself out or anything like that. You don't want to have to take a little break and then come back to it. Just get into the nice rhythm. Whether it's just you want to make the breaths as deep as you possibly can. We want to raise the oxygen as high as we can get it. When we've got the higher oxygen, we go to the higher state of mind. When we're just letting the breath go, don't force it out. Just literally let it go. So it's let it go. You don't need to force it out. What we're doing is we're just dropping the CO2 levels in our system. When we drop the CO2 levels and we raise the oxygen levels right up, it takes us to that high state of mind. We can stay there. The way the journeys go, it's like climbing a mountain. That's why I explain it. At the start, getting that nice rhythm. As we're getting higher up towards the peak of the journey, or the peak of the mountain, you'll hear me on the microphone. We're 10 minutes out, or we're 5 minutes out. I'll let you know both, so it's up to you. That's when you can pick up the speed. That's when you can really start. Still nice deep breaths, so you want those inhales as deep as you possibly can. But that's when you can start forcing it out a little bit. But you guys are in complete control with how deep you want to go. So if I'm saying go harder, push it, you can do this. If you're already going to your maximum level, what you're comfortable with, don't think you got to push it harder. I just don't know what your maximum level is, so I'm just reminding you, just in case you're not there yet, just to go to that next level. When we're up towards that peak, as I said, I'll let you know when we're close to it. Then we're going to be invited to a breath hold at the top. Breath hold is just hold it at the top of the breath. When you're holding it, try and squeeze your core, squeeze all your muscles. You're going to feel all the energy floating around inside you. It's an awesome feeling, it really is. Feel it all coming round. It's only about a minute, the breath hold. If you do need to take a sip of air, just go and then come back to holding. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. If you need to do that 2-3 times, you do that 2-3 times. That's when we're going to be invited to do the cathartic release. This is my favourite part, this is the medicine. This is where you invite the cathartic release, is the scream. Fucking let it out. So we're in a Muay Thai and Karate dojo, there's lots of screaming here. Normally industrial area, all the business around us are shut, no one's going to hear you. Everyone's focusing on their own journey. Don't think, oh, I don't want the person over here to hear me scream. They're listening to themselves, I promise you. You know, it's you guys are in a safe space. There is no judgment from me and Jess whatsoever, I can promise you that. There's not much we haven't seen or done ourselves. You know, so don't hold back. And then after that is the downhill. We go back to normal breathing, and this is the integration part of the journey. A few things you might feel is there's a thing called tetany, T-Rex hands. Probably seen in videos. If you've seen videos of it, hands can go up like that. You feel it in all your joints, bit of face tingling. It sounds bad, it's not. It's completely safe, completely normal during breath work. What happens is when we're raising the oxygen and dropping the CO2, the magnesium, potassium and calcium in our bodies momentarily drop. For some reason, go up like that. I go fucking cook like that. Jess was a ballerina the other day. She was like, yeah. And you've got no control over it, honestly. Just let it happen. You know, don't freak out by it. It can be uncomfortable. Push past that discomfort. You know, on the other side of discomfort is healing. If we stay comfortable our whole lives, we're never going to change. What's the point? We're comfortable. You know, so if you're here for a release, push past it, keep going. If you need to, you can take it down. You can take a reset breath. Reset breath, if you can, in and out through the nose. My nose is deviated to septum still, so I do it through my mouth. That's okay as well. But try through your nose, and there's just one breath in and one breath out. If you need to take 5 or 6 of those, take 5 or 6 of those. You know, as I said, this is your guys' journey. You guys are in control with how deep you want to go. Set an intention though with how deep you want to go today. 1 being just want to touch the sides, 5 being, oh, I'll give it a bit of a go, and 10 being, I'm fucking ready for a massive release. So I'm going to be reminding you of that number. You know, I know you're going to do it, you got a 10.
It's about a 10 over there, yeah.
And that's the thing though, it's, you know what, each time you do somatic therapy now, you'll be able to go deeper each time. So the first time I did my first time I did breath work, I thought I went to a 10 out of 10. Compared to what I can do now, that was a 2 out of 10. You know, each time you just go harder and harder and harder and harder. It's an amazing thing because the body feels safer and safer each time. It'll allow you to go deeper. You know, you might get a few blockages in your head today telling you, I can't do this, this is too hard, just don't go, you know, just go to a 1. Tell it, shut the fuck up. I'm not serious, you know, you've got to be stronger than your strongest excuse. You know, the mind's job is to try and keep us safe. That's why it suppresses all these feelings, suppresses all our emotions. So all of a sudden when stuff's coming up, it's like, oh, no, slow down, push it back down. Nah, don't. Keep going. You know, it's like we got bad ADHD and so my mind wanders at the best of times. You know, I could be thinking about a million things at one time. If it happens, just come back to what's going on through the headphones and come back to your breath. Just go, I'll think about you later. I literally watch, I see the thought and I pop it on a leaf and then I watch it float down a stream and I'll come back to the breathing and what's happening through the headphones. And don't get...
Oh yeah, just notice that this is meant to be a embodied experience, and just notice that all those thoughts when you feel like you can't do it, your hands are in pain or you're tingling, that's all your head. So you'll be amazed at how many times your head will step in, and that means we're still in our head, we haven't dropped in our body. And it takes practice, but you know, as soon as you have that awareness, it's just like, okay, focus on, you know, any layer of sound in the headphones or your breath, or it's just the minute you bring up awareness, don't judge yourself, don't beat yourself up, and then back to the breathing, and that you'll drop back into your body. But you know, everyone's different, but it's interesting to see how much your head will interfere, and that just shows how much our head controls us. Yeah.
And that's the thing with the technique and stuff like that. A couple of minutes after we finish the breath work, it all comes back to normal. You know, you're not stuck like that permanently. You're not going to walk around like that for life. I promise you. And if you are, I apologise. No,
your head tells you that at the time when you're in there. Your head's like, oh my God, like what's going on? I'm not going to walk out of the same.
My first breathwork session, the guy didn't tell me about that. So I'm like, I'm starting to freak out because my hands are like going like this. I'm like, oh. So that's why I make sure I tell everyone now, you know, just so it is completely safe, it's completely normal.
Wow, what a speech, guys. So let's get this shit happening. I love you, God. Wow. Oh, fucking hell. Oh my God. Now, before I've watched anything of what's just happened back, I thought it'd be a good opportunity to, I'm probably going to watch the shit back and be like, oh my God, because I'm telling you, that is the deepest journey I've ever done in my life. I just want to, while it's on my mind, I see my Uncle Rob, my dad's oldest brother, who passed away in his late 30s, and he was there talking to me, speaking with me, telling me to harden up, and I got everything I needed out of that, everything going on with my kids and my ex, and I just got a lot of clarity. Everything makes sense. Now I feel amazing. I truly do. And, Uncle Rob, wherever you are, you bastard, thank you so much. This shit is proper. And I ain't lying. I recommend it to anybody. I encourage it, I preach it, I push it on absolutely anyone and everyone. What a beautiful, beautiful journey that was. It was amazing.